Why do people play stinkball.com? Because Stinkball is a unique, one-of-a-kind fantasy football game that features loser league style contests. Put simply, if your team stinks, you win. Prove you have the skills to predict this season's worst performances, not only the best. A great team manager knows every player is a part of the game, good or bad. Here's what fantasy experts had to say about the concept behind Stinkball.com at the 2009 Fantasy Sports Trade Association Conference in Chicago.
Oh, that's fabulous. That is a fabulous concept right there. I play a number of baseball leagues that go after the bad performance, go after the junk stats. That's good stuff. I completely concur with Andy that, that is in fact the case. So many people chase specific performances and get you in trouble in some cases. So, yeah, I'm on board with you guys from your perspectives.
Well, I like the idea that any way they can shake up, there's a lot, most of the fantasy sports offerings are Me Too offerings, and Jason's managed to come up with a way to put a new spin on an old game, and I like that idea, trying to think outside the box and do something a little different. It's great.
I thought it was fun. It's a good twist. It's everybody out here seems like they're doing so much that's, a tiny little twist off the same thing, and that going the opposite way. It reminded me of the George Costanza, Seinfeld episode when he says the wrong thing. I thought it was good.
It's a real interesting one to me, and it definitely has its own niche. And I guess it opens up the door to a whole new thing. It makes you want bad. And I really think it's an interesting concept, and one that I definitely will look more into. Maybe, get the Stinkball League myself this year. So look for me. It seems like something that could be a lot of fun.
I like it. I think it's funny. One of the leagues that we played in did that. Anything to do to make it more interesting or competitive on both sides, I think is good. So I like it.
I like it a lot. I think it's a unique take on things, and it's just fun to think, okay, who would be on my all-stinkball team? And I'd probably have Brett Favre there at quarterback, assuming that he decides to sign on with the Vikings. I'd probably take somebody like Willis McGahee as my running back. Maybe I'd take Nate Burleson or Devin Hester as a wide receiver. Tight end, I'd have to go with Vernon Davis of the 49ers. He's a perpetual disappointment every year. And kicker, who knows? Maybe Sebastian Janikowski, just because he's got a big thunder leg, but he always seems to be, his accuracy is far below average. So it's fun. I like the idea. And for defense, you got to go with the worst defense in the NFL, and I think this year that's going to be the New Orleans Saints. They'll have one of the best offenses and one of the worst defenses, and the two are not entirely unrelated. But I like the idea a lot. I think it's an interesting take. It's unique, and it's a lot of fun for people who play fantasy.
So why do you want to play Stinkball? Because it's fun, and there's no other fantasy football contest like it. Stinkball.com. Join your fantasy league today.